Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Hello everyone, good morning, and I hope you guys are doing well this morning. Basically I'm gonna be sharing my story, so I want you to stay tuned. So I've been asked a lot of times about my experience and my journey so far as an international student schooling in northern Cyprus. So I'll be giving like a brave backstory and some experiences that I have encountered. So on the 22nd of October 2022, I got admitted into Cyprus International University, and at the time I was really naive about what was happening in the country on its own. Then I was also a student of University of Maiduguri, so during the strike period, that was when I got this admission, for many of you that don't know. So I left Nigeria October 23rd, October 24th. That was when I came into Cyprus. I'm not going to lie to you, from the airport I got disappointed, I got discouraged. I was like, what kind of airport is this? But we can't just like judge the book by its cover. That was what I said. You can't just judge the book by its cover, so let's see what life has to offer. Thankfully my brother was on the island as of that time, but he was in a different side, Maguza, and then I was in Nicosia. Wow, that was like a whole new chapter of my life being opened, a new book, a new school. Then I have to start making new friends. I need to associate myself. It wasn't something that I thought that was going to be easy actually, but I didn't know that it was going to be very hard and tough. Knowing fully well that you need to like come and adapt to new lifestyle, new changes, and you need to improve yourself. Why? Because you need to show your family back at home that you're not a failure. And truly, God has been everything. He has been like the source of everything, the source of my strength, the source of my peace, and the fact that I'm not depressed right now is something that I want to give God thanks. So I could remember the first week of me being in Cyprus. I was wondering, I was like, are you sure this is what I signed up for? So then I resumed 2 weeks to midterms as of that time. So it was really tough coming to a school 2 weeks to midterms. Midterms is an exam you write at the mid-semester, like in between when classes has been gone for like 4 weeks. So in the middle of this semester, that's when you're going to write the exams. And I had like a lot to cover. I had a lot of studying, and migrating for microbiology to come and be taking anatomy, physiology, some medical courses that you've not heard or seen before. So it was like a really dragging time for me. Like I really had a lot of hardship. I would like call it a hardship. It was like a struggle. I struggled with most of the courses. So my first year grade wasn't giving what it was supposed to give because of how late I resumed and how it wasn't easy for me to adapt to the marking scheme. So that being said, I tried. We passed. There was no failure. We give God thanks. Now, it was summer period in North Cyprus. I'm just giving like a brief story. It was summertime, and I thought to myself, like, why not work here? And I said, okay, can I actually do this? So first of all, I can't speak the language. I don't even know how to speak the language. So if you're speaking to me in Turkish and I'm looking at you and I'm like, guy, don't you know I'm in Nigerian? I'm still learning. I don't know what you're saying. So they said download apps like Duolingo, download apps, learn to, they teach us Turkish in school. When you get to the hospital, it's Turkish. Everybody's all Turkish. They really can't even speak English. So I saw at that time I get excited to see a black person speaking Turkish, and I'm like, okay, you guys can actually, so this language is not that hard. And I've always been a lady that wanted to be an independent girl. I didn't want to like depend on my family. So my first summer in Cyprus, I thought to myself, like, okay, You left your fatherland not to just come and study, but also to work hard. So I came, and then I said, okay, let me see if I can actually get a job. And I called my brother then. God bless you, Ma. I love you so much, bro. I called my brother then, and then I was like, bro, I really want to work. I really want to start earning for myself. And then he was like, okay. So because of his good deeds at where he worked, he begged for me and he pulled me in. So that's why I'm so lucky to like still be working on the island. But basically, there are no jobs on the island. There is no job in Northern Cyprus. If you get a job, hold it well and thank God. But there's no job in Northern Cyprus. I'm going to tell students that are planning to come to Northern Cyprus, there are no jobs. If you're coming with the mind to work, please stay at home, because the lack of no job thing are making a lot of students get depressed, want to go back home, start getting yourself into dirty jobs like prostitution and the rest. So if you want to like live a clean life and have it, it's going to be very hard though. So like you have to be serious. But I'm going to always advise you, like anytime you feel like, okay, I want to come to Cyprus, so don't come with the mind that you're coming to work. Come with the mind that you're coming to school. Along the line, if God show you mercy and there's an opening at a restaurant or there's an opening somewhere, you will definitely get the job. So with time you get to start looking. But me, I was really privileged to work because my brother already was working somewhere, so I just like, he just pulled me in. So I was really lucky. But a lot of people have been texting, a lot of people have been searching, there are no jobs. Like, so my working time and my school time was clashing. Being a nursing student who wants to work, and I'm working in a restaurant and I work 13 hours, guys. It was really stressful because that is one thing my parents didn't let us do at home. They said, you're going to school. So we're all just in school. So coming to Northern Cyprus now to come and start living a different whole version of yourself, there are some things you just have to let go. There are some things you have to force yourself to do. So me, I was forcing myself to combine both school and work. So now the experience there is that I almost gave up at the point that I almost felt like, okay, should I leave school? Should I quit my job? So I was in between taking random decisions, irrational decisions like that. But then my mom always taught me one thing. She said, her best Bible quote is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when I came to the island, I felt like that particular Bible verse was ringing in my head. She kept repeating it, like she used to repeat it at home when she wants to tell us to be strong. So she'd be like, you need to be strong, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. When she wants to encourage you, that is like the best word she would just give you. So at the point where I was battling between school and work, that Bible verse used to just ring in my head. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And truly, now God, they give strength. Sincerely, he's the one that's been giving me all the strength and encouragement so far. There was a time I was sleeping 3 hours. I was not even going to church because I could not handle it. I was like, how will I go to school, go to work, I still go to church? I'm tired. I was sleeping just 3 hours. When I tell people that, if you look at my eyes, my eyes was not as small as this. But so my sleeping hours had to reduce. Normally we're supposed to sleep 8 hours, right? To have like a normal sleeping cycle. My sleeping hours reduced. That is one thing you experience: sleep, lack of sleep. I was studying at the same time I was reading. So basically, in fact, it reduced to 2 because when I go to school in the morning as early as 7, I now go directly to work. I'm coming back at 3 in the morning. I have to study because I'm a nursing student. We can't leave one chapter behind. You will forget. And when you're coming back to re-study it again, it's going to be like it's a new whole syllabus that's in front of you. So I had to like go through my notes, even if I don't understand, but at least I've seen something. There's one word that's entered my head. So like all those struggles it was just really stressful. But along the line, I got getting used to it. I would set my alarm, my phone would be buzzing. I would sit on my bed in the morning and tell myself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I became affirmative. I became really affirmative. Sometimes I place it on the wall. Sometimes I pray about it. And then Jesus Christ became my best friend. If there's one thing I'm grateful to God for, is telling, oh, how will I put this? It's for my parents to teach me the ways of the Lord. I am grateful that my parents taught me the ways of the Lord, because how wouldn't I have Jesus Christ there? Why can't I run to him as my father? So in times like that, when I'm coming back from work, I feel like overwhelmed and I start to shed tears. I just cry to God and I'm like, you're my father. This is the next day. I'm up, I'm excited. That's because he has refilled my soul, he has encouraged me. So like the Holy Spirit was there for me. And my mom was also there for me. Time to time she called me, she prayed for me, so as an international student who is working, that is like a whole stress. You have to get prepared, you have to be ready. You won't be comfortable again, you'll be tired, you have wounds, your legs, because normally while we working 13 hours, I'm just a student. So but because you want to bring out your family from shame and you also want to live a normal life as a student, you don't want to struggle, you want to pay your rent and the rest. Yeah, so combining work, school at that time was really stressful. Sometimes I don't go to school, sometimes I don't go to work. Why? Because I'm tired and I don't want to fall asleep. And with all those things, I was never rushed to the hospital. Glory to God. Yeah, I was never rushed to the hospital or carried in a wheelchair or I fainted. No. Sometimes I feel stressed and I'm like, let me just sleep. Yeah, I think it got to a time one of my classmates saw me and then she was like, Blessing, do you smoke? Because why are your eyes so red? And then I smelled that and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just stressed and tired. Because people at that time didn't really know what I was going through. So this is just my backstory about how I walked in. So along the line, I had to learn how to balance church. That's the most important thing. Oh. Don't ever get yourself choked in work and forget God. I had to look for a church close by. And then I had to like start attending service from there. That is how God has helped me so far. So living in Cyprus and there are customs on how to pay mujarat. I had bills to pay. I can't be calling my parents at home. So I had to look for a job, yes. So it has all been God all through. And I just want to give God thanks. So if you are planning to come to Cyprus and you're coming with the mind to work, I pray you get a job. But one thing you should know is that you should be ready to give him your time, to give him your emotions, and then be ready to know. Be ready that people will fail you. Yes, human beings. Hey, Cyprus, this island is crazy. That men, if you keep putting your hope on men, you will cry. My dear, you will see cry tears. You will see it. You will cry. But one thing that also helped me managing my time was that I had a timetable. And then I wasn't pressurizing myself over things that I can't do. If I know that I cannot get a particular dress, I'm not gonna get it. I can't push myself because I don't want to be overstressed again. So I was not pressurizing myself. I was not pressurizing my family to be getting expensive things. At some point, over like a year now, I didn't even buy stuff. So just of recent, I said, no, it's time for me to like change some things. So all I was doing at that time, I was just working. I was paying my bills. I was living just peacefully, like comfortably. And then I had like a managed time. I placed schedules differently. So that's just like my really backstory about on how I lived in North Cyprus and how I managed school, work, and church. Don't forget, your spiritual life is the most important thing. You tend to forget God. Cyprus will teach you how to look for him. Cyprus is like a rock. You need to break it before you get the water out of it. So you need to be ready spiritually. There are a lot of forces on the island, and then you need to pass through those forces. There are sometimes that you feel depressed. I don't know if during winter period there's this depression that comes with winter. It's cold outside and it's raining, but I need to walk. I should be in my house. I should be in my house relaxing, but I need to work. So there's this depression that comes, especially when you don't have money on the island. So like, but I just really thank God. And what again. So I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I want you to always stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and share. Also hit the notification button for more content. And I love you guys so much.